This week I had new entries to my blog that I had to make for EA, going over different things such as different analysis for different features such as for risk or cash flow and so forth to give them a better understanding of areas that they could improve on through their financial situations. The first entry was the growth analysis, looking at different areas that they could expand upon to create more, opportunities for their business to grow and do things better and throughout, and finding areas that would be the best spot for them to grow into, whether it be domestically or internationally, and in some cases the more specific details to where they're at. With EA specifically, they currently already have a large international stage that they are at, but there's multiple areas that they could look into to increase that. And with their sales being higher internationally versus domestically, it's definitely an area that they should investigate based on this analysis. The next analysis was the personnel analysis, and that went into how they should deal with hiring, laying off, or just staying stagnant with the current amount of employees that they employ, and of course how they gain the people to the level that they would need to continue to do the efforts as they've been throughout the course of their existence. The first area to look at is, of course, since they are a larger company, it's easy for them to attract people to bring in to try to find the best talent. It's just a simple, you get the people and being able to look at through all the different factors of who fits the roles that you need best. That will supply them with the effectiveness of who they want to hire, also mixed with they don't have to worry about if they lay off someone in a specific position, will it deter them from being able to handle the capabilities of what that person has. They have other people that are qualified to be able to handle that situation in case that arises. Followed by the next main thing of what they do with handling with personnel in general when things are flowing as they are currently, with the trending up of people wanting to spend more time, especially in the current climate, showing an increase in playing games in general, then hiring more people in select areas would be beneficial to them because it makes it so they could put more product or find out more product that people want based on the area of where they need to hire, whether that be into research or whether it be into marketing or whether it be into actual development of the games itself. But looking into these things, based on the trends, increasing would help with increasing revenue coming in. Of course, there's the cost of hiring and what is the likeliness of these things occurring. That's where we look at, and also briefly described of if losing a section of what they have, like they had a franchise they currently lost licensing for, so how do they handle that? And the best case would be, of course, to lay off a few because there's no longer need for those people in that select area more, since they specialized in that specific thing. They weren't in the development side because you can just translate those people to another project for development. It's people that were specific to that brand, and that's a way to minimize a cost deficit that they don't need anymore. And it's unfortunate, but things like this have to be done, and here the personnel analysis is a way of through just numbers, so you don't have to worry about the HR things such as the previous blog showing, just used with data and analysis to provide answers. Next is the operations, and going into like how they do or adopt their approaches for their teams and finding out what's the best ways to increase productivity, increase that revenue coming in positively, and set things that will help to analyze on those things, looking at things such as what approach do I do? Do I waterfall? Do I do agile? Do I do a new or specific to our branch? And going into and identifying what's the best approaches and setup to help make this the best way, and for this analysis using that number crunching, showing off the agile would be best for them in multiple situations, because it also helps set up timelines, it helps set up so making sure the proper channels are informed on what's happening through the course of the development of whatever project that is. So every week they meet, they discuss what's happening and who's doing what, why they could not or could do what they did the previous weeks. And this makes timelines better, which looks great for their investors to be able to identify how good or how bad they're doing so they can get more out of what they're doing. Next is cash flow. Going into the issues that arise when cash flow is either impeded or what will make it so it is better, and how they handle when it is worse, and what causes them to need to look into finding more funds to get out of the bad situation. With them being a big company, a lot of the negatives aren't going to affect them as much until things start getting really bad. And unfortunately for them, if things start getting real bad, they would most likely start losing investors. So they need to identify ways of being able to showcase what they're doing to the investors to ensure that, hey, we're not doing something that's going to be negative anymore, we're doing more of these positive things, and how those positive actions, like a development of something new that people want, and then really show off this versus what they're currently doing, which was not working, or other options that aren't as effective. Next is sales analysis. It shows what the market is like for either overseas or domestically, and currently showcasing that the international market is growing and becoming a better option to really invest in, also followed by the fact of, yes, the sales have been increasing due to the current pandemic, but some experts have shown that it might taper off, and in that case they need to make sure that they keep getting the sales that they are doing, and where's the best area for that to happen. The last section is the risk analysis. Find something that might be a risky opportunity that could help them in finding these things. And one of the things that in some of the blogs that I had mentioned before was a failed project that they had done, and how that is still an option that they could do. It is risky, as showcased before, that they did fail at that project, but if they took what they learned, mixed with identifying ways to make things better, reaching out to the consumers, finding out different things to really bolster making a project like that that's a long-term game that's going to continuously bring revenue consistently, how it can work and how it should work when done properly, as other games have done. If they find the way to do that, it is a great opportunity for them, but at the same time it is risky, as they have in the past shown that when they did it, it was not a success. And thanks for watching.